could have all the money in the world, been around the world, work just still like Will and hit 100 on them. Stay draped up, dripped out, stunting on them. Ain't no fake nigga, never fronted on them. And yeah, you probably got the block sold up, pumping 5 a week. The junkies geek, they say you got a live steed. You run the street, you do it like it's supposed to be. Did my nigga, shit. I see you hustling your music, you rapped it, you wrote it, executive produced it. And who fucking with your freestyle? The hardest nigga banging beats out. See if you do it big gangster. Just remember God, take it like a gift, gangster. Get your money, do your thing, and do it your way. But all I'm trying to say, don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go, no. Go to your head. Don't let it 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 go, no. Baby girl, you spectacular, one of a kind, body of a goddess, beauty is divine. Anything you wanna do, you can do it, mommy. Louis V head to feet is how you do it, mommy. Independent, you don't need a man. On his knees, open wide, how you lead a man. Went to school, got your master's, passed every test, read every chapter. And plus you know about the block and work a triple beam and a Pyrex pie. See you do, they don't. Use what you got to get what you want. But you're a queen, don't forget it. Anything you desire, go and get it. Just be humble, stay true to yourself. But no matter what you do, just don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go, no. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. No. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go, no. Go to your head. The sky's the limit. You can see it, you can be it. Just don't let it go to your head. You might be the best, but believe this. Let it go to your head. Tomorrow's not a guarantee, I hope that y'all are hearing me. Don't let it go to your head. Get it how you live, it is what it is. Don't let it go to your head. The money, the fame, the talent, the game. Don't let it go to your head. The hustle, the muscle, the hunger, the pain. Don't let it go.
Yay.
Yay. How we feeling? What's up? Welcome to the Ol Headz Podcast, man. Week number 3. This is Tone. My partner B White.
What's the word?
Yeah, happy to be here, man. We kind of jumped into this thing and now we're here, man. Like we over, a quarter of the way through our first 10 episodes, Bob. So congrats, man. How you feeling this week, Pimp?
Oh man, I always feel good for the most part because I'm gonna start my day off right every day. I'm practiced at this stuff, so
okay.
I like to. That's what I was gonna ask you. How you start your day since
hold on.
Since we tend to think we on this growth thing so tough and so we going to healing today, right?
Yes, sir.
So I think for me, I like to start my days off clean. So I find more peace in having a routine of being clean. So as soon as I get up, I'm hitting that water. I'm shaving my face. I'm cutting my hair if I need to. I'm like knocking all the dirt and all the filth from yesterday. You know what I mean? And it just makes me feel so fresh. And I feel like I got a chance to get out here and do everything I need to do because I'm fresh and I'm clean. You feel me?
Yeah, so my morning routine changed a few years back. I want to say it was 2020, the year of the quarantine. As first thing, can y'all hear us good? Somebody give me a thumbs up in the chat if y'all can hear us good. If we got any issues with audio, let me know. But something I started doing, man, that was massive for me was waking up at 5 a.m. All right. I have a standing 5 a.m. alarm right now. Every single day, holidays, it don't matter. I'm up. Now, in 2020, I was taking that time to read. So I had all these books I wanted to read. So I started giving myself that 30-minute window from when I wake up at 5, before I get on social media, before I do anything, check an email, check a text message. I pop up the book that I'm reading, and I was trying to get 30 minutes in. I wasn't in the habit of reading, so like it was hard at first.
So that's your you time.
That's my time.
Yeah.
It's my time to grow. Now, if I'm being completely transparent, I have a routine that I want to get to that I haven't got to, right? So it includes also in that first hour. So let's take this first hour, 5 a.m. I'm doing something for my mind. I'm doing something for my body. So whether it's a quick calisthenics workout, you remember when I was doing all those jumping jacks and shit? Like that was what I was doing in the morning, like just moving, getting up, moving, learning, taking some time to meditate. So spiritually, like now, like I said, that's not what I'm on now. When I was on reading in that year, I ended up reading close to 80 books, putting some real fat on my head, but I found it was too much. There's too much to do. For me, consuming all of that personal development, because it was all personal development books, like all the Tony Robbins and
But did you enjoy them books?
Oh, I loved them. And I grew.
So why was it too much?
Well, because I was taking in too much information without allowing myself time to process it or allowing myself time to actually do some of the
Did
shit
it catch
that I
up
was
with
learning.
you?
It did. But I had to stop and get more, like once you take in so much information, you come to a point where it's like, okay, when we going to apply this shit, right? There's a such thing as analysis paralysis, right? So like where you take all this information in and then you get paralyzed because you don't know which way to go. So I decided, it was a conscious decision to stop reading and to be just more intentional with my mornings. Maybe just sit in silence, maybe, you know what I mean, check out a podcast, whatever it is. But so for me, to answer your question, I take that 5 to 6 a.m. very seriously.
Me too. That's my time. At 5 to 6. But really, if I can get up at 4, like I'll be shooting for 4.
Yeah.
And when I get up at 4, I feel so accomplished. Just waking up at 4, like getting up, having some energy, jumping in the shower, knowing I'm going to my place, because that's my place. I get in that shower and I just turn on my music, and I just get clean. I just feel good being clean, you know.
Yeah.
And then I go from there to get my thoughts and everything. You know, that's all in the shower too. But then when I come out, I done washed all my problems off. I ain't taking that shit out to the day with me. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, it could be a little bullshit argument or anything that done rubbed me the wrong way the day before.
I love that.
I
actually love that mindset of you know what I mean, getting a fresh start. And I will say this, like when I was sticking strict to that shit, by the time I get to 6:30, I've done a lot, bro. I've read, I've worked out, I've washed, I've meditated, Then even at that time, I was going into the 1% Growth Club podcast. So then I could like go in there and be like, yo, look what I learned, this morning, right? Like, so but
that's a good thing.
Yeah, there's a time and place for that. Like you're in college at a certain point, right? And then you get through so far, and it's like you've done all the learning. It's like, okay, now you need to go out here and be what the hell you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and go and get some practical experience. And life hit hard too, right? Right around that time, and with Pop and everything, like it kind of knocked me off my routine. But I still keep the 5 a.m. I'm up every morning, So that's a great question.
Okay, so let's go here.
All right.
Let's get to all right. So in order to be in this positive mindset, you have to protect your peace, right?
Yep.
So when somebody calls you first thing in the morning and they have whatever it is, a problem, and they done put some stuff on your plate all of a sudden. You focus, you got this and this going on, but now you done through, but you're a problem solver.
Yeah.
So when you're a man and you got kids, whether they're grown or not, and you got grandbabies, you're going to be a problem solver for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So speaking, I'm just curious in how because I know what I do, but what do you do to stay like you ain't getting ready to send me off on whatever you got going on, and I got to stay focused because I got, you got to work, you got to do your go nuts work, you got work with me, you got work all over, you got a lot of stuff out there, so you got to be focused. Like for instance, you come here, you can't come here with go nuts problems, right? You got to come here like, oh man, we on some old head shit that ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
How do you stay focused, juggling all those different things?
And having ADHD, as my kids have told me, and Amber has told me, right? One, my morning routine.
Because I can't do it. I'm just...
Yeah, my morning routine is non-negotiable no matter what I got going on. I'm not answering my phone in my 5 to 6 a.m. I'm not taking on your problems in my 5 to 6 a.m. because that's for me. I need that. Now...
All right, but that's going to change because you just had a grandbaby.
Okay.
So
now it did change.
It changed.
It changed with Pop. When I had Pop, going to the hospital every single day. I my whole life was on hold. All my projects, all my businesses, all my money, everything was on hold. And I found myself needing that time, but not getting it. Right. And that's where setting in these patterns and habits and that from just consistency, right? So we talk about a compound effect, right? Where, one is best to illustrate through a snowball, right? Like a snowball going down a hill and it just picks up more snow, right? That's the compound effect. The more motion you keep, the more momentum you pick up, right? So through doing all that reading in 2020, through taking all that information in, through talking it through in the 1% Growth Club, I had these patterns where I would find myself having a really tough day and I could be like, oh, Tone, just breathe. Or remember, what are you focusing on right now, right? Because the questions we ask ourselves in those moments, the quality of questions we ask ourselves in those moments, determines the answers that we get. So what does that mean? Like, so if I'm having a rough day and, with Pop and he's got a brain tumor and so he's not understanding and the nurses aren't understanding and everybody's frustrated, I can ask myself a question as I step out and say, Tone, what are you focusing on right now? Okay, well, I'm focusing on the fact that Pop's not doing what I want him to do. He's not understanding the nurses ain't, and I'm focusing on everything negative, right? But let's think about, because if I go back to that moment now, I would take it a million times just to have another 10 minutes with Pop.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, my focus was wrong in the situation. If I focus on, man, shit, at least he's got some insurance. At least we in the hospital. At least I'm not having to do this by myself. Right. So the quality of questions you ask yourself when shit hits the fan, because and when I say the quality, right, like, so a simple question is, why me? Why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
Right. And that's a low quality question, right? Because it's not happening to me. It's actually happening for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because there's lessons here that I need to learn. You know, I believe you're always where you're supposed to be. So for me, that's what happens. When I get knocked off my pivot, I turn to the tools that I've built, me personally, through putting in personal development work and reading and learning. So that's my answer.
Okay, so for me, I noticed that before I had kids, I was a woe's me type dude.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's fault, life was shit. But then when I had kids, and I realized that negative energy can trickle down to my babies. And I didn't want it to.
Yeah.
And you know, when you got women yelling at your babies, get up, do this, do that, and you know, and I'm just like, okay, you got to start them off on a positive note every day. You know, don't just be yelling at the babies and then send them into the world and expect them to have a good day.
No doubt.
You know, that's hard.
Yeah.
And so I took it on my role to be the voice of reason, the person to give my kids the understanding that life is fucked up. Mama gonna cuss you out on the way to school, you know.
Yeah.
But as mama, you love her. She provides, she protects, she's, you know, she might be negative sometimes or a lot of times or whatever, but she does love you. And now I understand a little bit deeper. So I'm like, I'm gonna do some positive things, get you out here. We're gonna do, you know, focus on learning, and that's when you redirect them on something else, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you allow your kids to heal.
Yeah.
So you got to teach them to heal, right?
Yeah.
So if you always messed up, you ain't healed.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was, I can't let my babies go through this without knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So which gets me to my next thing. I had to seek mental help. I had to get help. I had to go, I had to humble myself, go down to Burton Ash and be embarrassed, walk through that goddamn door and just be like, I need some help. And they like, what you need? I don't know. I need some help before I kill something out here. You know what I mean? And so they like, well, are you suicidal? I'm like, nah, I'm kind of homicidal. You know, I'm not gonna hurt me. But homicidal is suicidal because you are killing yourself. If you go out and harm somebody else, that's your way of crashing out and saying, you know what, I'll settle for 3 hots in a cot and give up on life, give up on everything. Like so mental health is, to me, is what I had to do to fix me.
Yeah.
You know, and I just had to ask for help. I didn't know what I was getting.
Yeah. And hats off to you for that. Salute to you for that. It's something I thought, you know, we've talked about it for years, obviously, but like it's something I discovered at a certain point. I don't even remember when, that you know, one of the problems in our community um is this stigma that we have on mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many of us that will never go seek mental health because just what you said, right? You feel embarrassed, you don't
Yeah.
know, it's unfamiliar, you think people are going to call you crazy, right? But if you think about it, how, like, if we go generations of doing that shit, everybody is mentally ill at a certain point. If nobody's getting mental health, and then so like grandpa's mentally ill, pop's mentally ill, aunties is mentally
Well,
ill.
and I'm just gonna say it. My family fucked up.
Yeah,
You know, like straight up, we'll crash out on the stupidest shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like on what? But it'd be like so when you got those kind of issues in your bloodline, like for me, that's what I knew.
yeah,
I looked at everybody in my family and I said to myself, well, I don't think I'm crazy. However, I think I'm around a lot of crazy, if that
yeah,
makes any sense. Like I'm
yeah,
around a lot of crazy shit. And so when you're around it, it just you end up dealing with it whether you want to or not.
for sure.
You know,
And so let me jump in right quick because it goes to this healing mindset that we're talking about. First thing is I have a philosophy that working on me helps we. Okay, because and the we in this in my situation is my kids, my family, the people around me, right? So me becoming a better version of me only benefits them,
yeah,
right? Or not only it benefits me too, but like it greatly benefits them. So the better I can be, the better we are gonna be. Because when it comes to healing, and we said this week one, I think it's like you can't, it's hard to heal in the same environment that you got sick in. So if you don't take the time to set boundaries for yourself and to work on you healing, then all the help in the world that you try to give anyone else isn't really going to matter, because we're
that's right.
all in this same putrid dish of just unhealthy thinking, unhealthy patterns, traditions we learned. Y'all can all hear it. If you're from the culture, you can hear it. Don't be a punk. Why you being a snitch? Men don't do that. Boys don't do this. Girls don't do that. You know, and it's like that is all really ill thinking, and it's not healthy, right? Like, so, and then if you grow up with that 3 generations, 4 generations, like, no one ever tells you, like, I'm gonna look in the camera and tell you right now, it's okay to heal.
Shit, you better heal or
you
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 gonna go
got to,
crazy.
right?
Hey,
So yeah, we got real heavy. We just jumped into it, Bob. But I want to shout out one person that I see in these comments. I want to shout out all y'all, right? But we were just actually talking about her. And she pulled up, and
who you signed her?
um
Who you
uh
talking about?
Miss Janelle Christopher,
Okay.
which is my
Yeah.
homie J Rock's sister, man.
No, you
And
right. All
you
right.
know,
Hey,
for
Miss
her,
Lady, I never met her, so it's an honor. Your brother was a good dude, real good dude.
absolutely. And we're definitely glad to have you here anytime. You are an inspiration to me, just to witness your strength, and how you keep going and inspiring and working and thinking about others. It doesn't go unnoticed. So I seen you here, so I just wanted to definitely give you your flowers. And what up, Reese? What up?
Hey, can I say something, bro?
Yes, sir.
I went out and stepped out on the town last night, and I just wanted to go see what was happening. Go holler at the DJ.
Yeah,
Uh, hopefully, get him to fuck with our music and stuff.
yeah,
And man, Black folks had me out there ready to drink, Tone. I was damn near ready to have a drink, and I quit drinking like I think 3 years ago, maybe 4. I mean, I don't know because I wasn't counting. Like I think 2 years went by without me drinking before I said I don't drink no more.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, I was out last night and I just wanted to see, man, and the black folks was out dressed up. They was you know, and so I wanted to know what was going on. And it was old brother had
Excuse me.
60th birthday.
Okay.
Right. And they came together and they was having a good time, drinking and sipping, and you know, the ladies was out dressed up, nice looking, and so I just wanted to say I thought that was really dope because I didn't even think that stuff was still happening around here.
Yeah.
You know.
So, well, let me jump in there because that kind of leads me to my next thing.
You did, Sandra. I told you, Sandra, I said, damn, y'all make me want to have a drink.
Yeah.
She said, don't do it. You don't come
I see, I like that.
You know, don't do it. Didn't even, you know.
Yeah. So, but that's one thing I want to say, you know, like Bob went out, he shared that with me. He said he definitely felt the love from the community. We feel the love and the support from y'all. We're new to this. It's a lot going. Well, I'm not so much new as Bob is, but to handle all of this is a lot, right? So if we don't get to your comments or if we don't necessarily acknowledge you directly, just know that we feel the love and support, man, and it motivates us to want to show up. We've been here all day talking, getting ready, moving the lights. Shout out to my man Chuck New. Shout out to DJ Slice. That's our Ol Headz crew right there on the music side. And Chuck got the lights going. But I want to give a couple shout outs just, you know, for the town and for, you know, for everything. It Ol Headz related, right? So first of all, Devin Neal got his first NFL touchdown today, man. That's a young hometown kid, man. He played little league football with my son. Yeah.
He's a rookie.
And Bob, I got a song that I did for them.
I remember.
Hey, Dev was the one in that song. Like, so shout out Dev, man. Shout out, you know, Ryan. Shout out moms, Frida. Much love. Next thing, Zeke Mayo balling in the Cleveland Cavs G League right now. He had like 18 points last night. And you know, these are local kids. So that shout out to you, Zeke. Shout out to Reg. Reg got some health issues going on right now.
You know,
man.
Reg is the homie. You know, much love, man. That's family.
Yeah.
So you know, hey man, thoughts and prayers with you, brother. So
we with you, Reg. Much love.
Just
man.
know we thinking about you, even though I don't put people personal stuff on the internet.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, we thinking about you, brother.
Yeah, and then so thinking about Devin Neal, thinking about Zeke Mayo, it led me to thinking about Coach Tyson, that led them young boys and spent his time. He wasn't paid to do no coaching, man. He got a lot of kids to the league, or to college. You know what I mean? Shout out to Willie D, who put together a basketball team when we didn't have one. And he got several kids to college. And now we're talking about kids in the pros. We got kids in the pros because these brothers stepped up and did something. Right or wrong, they ain't always right, they ain't always wrong, right? But it's the showing up that matters sometimes, man, and all the time, right? And brothers just showed up, went and picked up kids and paid extra fees and bought cleats. And man, so hats off to them, right? So much love, Willie D. Much love, Tyson. My LHS Lions, my son and them, they showed up. We had the first game of the year.
So did he get one, or did he get one, or you know, because you said he was gonna be dunking on folks.
He got one, and it was mean, and he did it intentionally. He actually got a couple dunks in the game.
Now, why you ain't See, if I'm the kind of daddy that
Yeah.
I'd have been recording on my phone. This shit would have been
Okay.
on Facebook last night.
Yeah, so 2025, these schools got this stuff called Huddle, right? Where they got a camera that records all the games.
So you don't have to.
I
do
don't
that.
have to do it.
That's
But we
dope.
went out, and I'm sorry because I know we got some KCK people in the house, man. But like y'all school district a little bit different than ours, right? So their cameras wasn't working, so we didn't get it on film. Right, so it ain't necessarily my fault because I would have posted it. Let me tell you, he would have posted it. So his first game as a freshman, JV, he got 16, 17 points, 8-9 rebounds, 6-7 assists,
First
3-4
game
steals.
as a freshman.
Yeah, 2 blocks. He was all over the stats. So and they won by 50, and then the varsity came out and won by 60. So I still got my Lions on. I'm out here repping tough, man. And then I shouted out the community last thing. Blev, I don't know if you're watching, brother, but the Ol Headz coming to give you some type of help, some type of relief, man. You remember Blev, Tony Blevins?
Mm-hmm.
So he played KU football, and then he went to the Indianapolis Colts for a while. And he was around us playing poker a lot and stuff, right? But Blev was in Cali. I didn't even know he was back. So now he's back. He's in Kansas City. Fam just started an after school program somewhere where he's at. And now he got a bunch of kids that he trying to find programs. He needs help. I put it on my Facebook. I shared it. Please give that man some help. $5, $10, $20, whatever it is. And the Ol Headz is gonna pull up, man. We got programs, we got curriculums, you know what I mean? So we gonna pull up, Blev. We got you, man. Much love, much respect. And let me also say this: when we started the school, over there at Hillcrest, and I was, trying to do the production school for the kids. Blev hit me out of nowhere. I ain't talked to the brother in years and said, Tone, I ain't got much, but brother, whatever you need, I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take it, but I'll never forget it. You know what I'm saying? So, and now he's doing something more important. He dealing with the soul and the man and the person, right? So let's give Blev some help. So I didn't mean to really veer all the way off, but it's important that we acknowledge these things, that we acknowledge our people that's holding us down right now, that we acknowledge the people in our community, the young brothers. I done already mentioned Tyson, Willie D, Tony Blev, right? B. White, Tone, right? That's what you call being the change you want to see in your community. So hats off to them brothers, and we're always going to take a second to acknowledge that. So we can get back into it, man. Really, and she just don't know how to work her dang phone.
So, we Ol Headz. Don't nobody know how to work the phone.
And that's why I appreciate y'all sticking with us, right? So I do have, let me see. So I got some
I'm gonna go see if there's anybody I need to say.
All right, so this healing mindset that we're talking about, we got into it already. You know what I mean? A little bit about what that means and why it's important, but, for you, Bob, like, what does healing look like for you? Like, in real time, what does that look like for you? What does it mean to be healed?
What does it mean to be healed? It means being able to deal with problems as they coming at you without taking it personal, because even when you're healed, you got to go back and refresh your course, so to speak. You know what I mean? You can't just think you got it and then go on into the world and then something trigger you, because I get triggered real easy. I go from 0 to 100 right now, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm on Lexapro, goddamn it. I seen a psychiatrist for years. I just recently got done with a 10 session with one. Hold on, let me tell you how I wanted to bring the psychiatrist up because she kind of hit me one day. I don't know if I called you or admitted to you, but one day she told me I had a white hero complex. And that was our last conversation. Oh man. And so what she was trying to do was get me to quit trying to save my people. And I was hurt by it because I want to do this and that. And she's like, look, people don't need you like you think. You know, and she just let me know, quit being like that. And I was just like, what? Quit being loving and caring and, you know, quit caring about my people. Like that was our last conversation because I was We back?
Yeah. Check with the people.
Yeah. Oh, there we is, Tom. It got you. It said check with the people. So it's here and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried to take us out, but couldn't get the best of us.
They almost got us.
Nah, to be honest, that was my fault. Computer died on us, but I like that it kept it going, Bob, and we back. And hell, I don't even know what we was talking about. No, but here, we was talking about what the definition of healing is, right?
No, don't just act like you gonna jump back.
I'm back on it. We on it.
He's like, I got 13 minutes.
Yeah, 17 minutes, baby. One, moving from survival mode, where you just doing what you can to survive, to intentional living, where you're doing what you choose, where you're intentionally healing, where you're intentionally growing, where you're intentionally getting better, intentionally addressing issues, right, that pop up. So that's one form of healing, shifting from emotional reaction to emotional intelligence. I think that's big, right?
Yeah.
And you talked about it earlier off camera, just learning that shit, I crash out. If I get to a certain point, I get angry, my emotions take over, and then I have emotional reactions versus having emotional intelligence is the knowledge of, okay, I crash out. Maybe I need to walk away from this situation. Maybe I need to, you know what I'm saying? So that's a form of healing, making that shift from just reacting to your emotions to being in control and regulating your emotions. And then the last thing, recognizing patterns that you inherited versus ones you chose. I think in our community, there's, and this might be controversial, and, but like religion.
Yeah.
Right? Like we didn't necessarily choose that from babies. Like we were in the church, and then, next thing you know, I know for you, because we've had these conversations, but you're a kid and you're there and you start to see the hypocrisy. You start to see, well, pastor, I just seen pastor. That ain't right. And and so things like that, recognizing the patterns that we got put on us versus the ones that we chose. Because some of these patterns we chose, and just knowing that the patterns exist and having the courage and the energy to confront them. So that was what will be healing to me. So yeah.
Well, I like to use, I don't know if any other people like this, but I got to imagine they are. I like to pull up on YouTube and do a lot of healing through YouTube. There's a lot of videos you could play that are just like positive reinforcement type videos. And I'm a stoic by nature. Like I just wanna, the stoicism people got some real good self, like they make you look within and figure out a way to build your armor up so you ain't so emotional about life and everything in it. So I find that comforting, like a session with a psychiatrist, so to speak. You will get in your session with your psychiatrist. I know you probably haven't had one, but I have. So you get in your session with your psychiatrist, and some days are good, some days are emotional, but you always leave there feeling relief, feeling like something was taken off of your chest. And something is very important that I wanted to bring up, because when you're a criminal and you're a person who breaks the law, then you can't almost healed because you're still sneaking in and out of, like, you're still doing things that won't allow you to heal. And I didn't know that until I started getting help. And when I was getting help, I realized the criminal in me couldn't be honest. That I had a criminal inside of me that was like still doing things. I ain't getting ready to tell on myself here, but I was still involved with a 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Still had this code to the streets real tough to where I was like, shit, I'm not getting ready to tell my business to nobody else. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't until I washed my hands of everything and I finally had that session where it was like I was getting it all off my chest. And that session was when I actually began my healing process. Them little year or two before that didn't really do nothing because I wasn't even being honest with myself.
Yeah. You know, a couple things I want to add here. One, I think is very valuable when you talked about the YouTube and watching things that help you learn. Is this concept of where focus goes, energy flows, right? And I'm gonna bring it back to music and almost why the old heads exist, right? Because if you think of how much negativity is in the music that we were consuming, that we were making, that, you know what I'm saying, that we were participating in, our peers were making. There's so much negative in there that you can't tell me there's not going to be a difference if you spend 4 hours listening to that versus 4 hours listening to the things you know what I mean? So like what you put in really is kind of what you get back, right? So being conscious of what you're putting in, what are you consuming? Are you watching Love and Hip Hop all day? Are you, Baddies Reunion, right? Like what are you watching and consuming and putting in your mind and feeding your mind? And you think that it doesn't matter, but it does. It sets this, we can get into vibrations and energies and all that, but I'm not going to do that. But it sets a foundation for where you're going to be at mentally, what you think about, what your subconscious thinks about, what you dream about. Prior to me getting shot that last time, I don't know what it was, but I was having hella dreams about getting shot, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like,
it's funny you should say that because I got shot as well. And I remember when I lived in Topeka thinking, man, let me get the fuck up out of Topeka and go to Lawrence where it's more civilized. Nigga, I come down here and get shot like a motherfucker. And I was like, wow, what's the, and then you get shot down here. Nigga, you've been shot here twice.
Yeah.
So that alone is kind of unique because, ain't no many people getting shot in Lawrence.
Yeah.
And
another thing
I want reading these
I'm not. I'm trying to, but they're going fast and there's a lot of them. Okay. But one thing I want to say as we're talking about this, as we're going through it, also understand that this is a journey. It's meant to be a journey. Life is meant to be a journey. And the best thing that I found out of life is enjoying the journey and not focusing so much on the destination or where we started, but focusing on the journey, what's here, what's now. So as you hear us say these things and you're like, yeah, that's easy for you to say, you know what I mean? I'm just not there yet. Yeah. The most important thing is the intention. So what I said earlier about intentional living, switching from, what did I say? Recognizing, moving from survival mode to intentional living, right? So intentional living is just making a choice and taking action to be better. So you may not get it right today, and that's okay. Be easy on yourself at all times, right? Like, and just celebrate the small wins along the way. If I read 80 some books in a year, and if your intention is to start reading, don't look over here at my 80 books. Start reading. Read 10 minutes today and then celebrate that, right? And enjoy the journey, and recognize that, for one, we all have patterns. We have patterns that have been set in us, that we have inherited since kids. We have patterns that we've set into ourselves, and you have the ability to do something about those patterns if you make an intentional choice. And be easy on yourself. Don't compare yourself to Bob, to Tone, to anyone. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And who are you tomorrow or today? And if you're better in any type of way, celebrate that. That's growth. Congratulations to you. If you're here right now and you're listening to this podcast, congratulations to you.
I want to address Janelle. She says mindset is everything. I fight for my sanity every day. I live intentionally, but I also stay in survival mode.
Yeah.
So that survival mode, man, man, I was there forever. Like, I'm just now starting to enjoy life without being in that survival mode. And you'll know when I'm not in survival mode, because I'll be making music, living my life, doing the stuff that I really want to do.
Yeah.
You know, like going to the gym. But when I'm in survival mode, that is so stressful. You know, so Janelle, who's going through that, that's I want you to focus on because Tone talked about you today. That's her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tone talked about you today, and my heart is really bleeding for you. You know, I ain't gonna go into what all you going through. So I know survival mode, especially in the city. Like we live in Lawrence, and we're kind of arrogant with our peace around here because we expect it. You know, like we don't even have.
We expect peace.
Yeah, we expect peace. Like we don't even want to hear gunshots and.
Yeah, you were just saying that how rare it is for me to be shot twice here.
Yeah, you got shot twice. I got shot once. We, as the old heads, we've been shot 3 times already. And wait. How do you just move? Like for me, I had to come to Lawrence.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it in Topeka. I was crazy in Topeka. Literally. Like, and I knew I was getting crazier by I wasn't into gang banging or nothing, but I was like feeling like I had to be shooting because other people were shooting.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like I had to take myself out of that environment to not feel that way. Like just to feel like I can go to the grocery store without being paranoid, packing my pistol. Like I don't want to ever feel like that. So I feel for her when she says she's always in survival mode.
Yes. So here's what I want to say. And I was actually gonna bring it up earlier for you too, because you said, part of your job as a parent is being a problem solver.
Yeah.
Right. And here's what I want to say, and I hope you're still here, Janelle. She is, and you hear it in that song, "Standing on Business." All right. So the words we use are powerful, and here's why they're powerful: because the words we use become our actions, right? and our actions become our habits, or our, what I was just talking about, patterns, right?
Yeah.
So the words become actions, actions become habits, habits become who you are, right? And that shapes your destiny at the end of the day, right? Like, and so, and what I mean by that is, so something I've learned is a little trick that, and it starts very simply with just the words we're using. You hear me say it all the time. I don't think you're a problem solver.
Yeah.
I think you're a solution finder, right? I think you're solution oriented. See that the word problem instantly denotes negativity. There's something wrong, right?
Yeah.
And just speaking the word, it's here. It's here now. Negativity has shown up. When you can make this small little shift and say, nah, I don't find problems because there ain't no problems. I find solutions because that's who I am. So for Janelle, like, the words, right? Like, and I know, like I don't know you, like we haven't hung out, you know what I'm saying? But I know your brother very well, and I've been following you, these last few years, and just seeing just how tragedy just like, and
Yeah. It's sad. It's
to
very
to
sad.
begin this healing process for anyone, I would say it's it really starts with the words that we use. I see Chantel in here, okay? And Miss Chantel, I like to use her example for this all the time. Because it was so inspiring to me. Chantel she had health conditions and was at a point where she couldn't walk without her walker. All
Yeah.
right. And she was in our daily podcast, and she would talk and she would share her, her experiences. Some days, I remember one day in particular, it was like she was having a tough day, and she was ready to give in, and she was going through dialysis, right? So it's like there's a lot stacking up on her. But all these things that we're talking about, Chantel started changing her language in how she talked about her condition. And we were having this event down in Orlando, where we were all getting together, and we had been talking about it for months. And Chantel said, I'm gonna walk into that place. I'm not gonna use my walker. I'm walking in there on my own. And she said that months out, and she would continue to say it, and probably physically wasn't able to do that for real. But I'll be damned if she didn't walk in there on her own,
Well,
right?
that attitude, man, means everything.
For sure.
Because from being shot, I know from being shot that you can lay down and stay down.
Yeah.
Or you can fight hard and get your bitch ass up, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I say it that way just because you want to have some fight in you. Like, the last thing you want to do is allow you don't want to allow nothing to lay you down. You want to get up. So for me, when I didn't feel like walking, I was just like, I don't care how much it hurt. Because I've seen some other, I had a homeboy, one of my partners named Lump. I talked about him the other day. He always come up because he was instrumental in my life.
Mhm.
I'm going to focus on the positive things, but in the positive things, he was the first one around with the music equipment, right? But Lump wouldn't stay down, man. He got shot one time, and he was like, they said he wasn't gonna walk no more. They got shot in the spine or some shit, and he didn't walk the best, but he didn't stay down. And when I saw that, man, it's like It's like, all right, you know the little dude or boys in the hood that be in the wheelchair, right? It would be like seeing that dude get up and start walking again. Even though he might can't walk great, you just like, damn, my dude, like he wasn't gonna stay there. And when you see that, it's like it almost rubs off on you, and it makes you think when I get not when I get shot, but if I were to ever get shot, I'm not getting ready to just lay down and stay down, you know.
Yeah, that was important for me that last time. My kids were older. Um, that hit them really hard emotionally. I got hit a lot of times. I had surgery. We wasn't sure They weren't sure I was gonna make it, or I don't, and like so there's this period of time where there's this uncertainty. And my kids, I knew what I can't know what they're going through, but I knew what they must be going through, and it was very important to me for them to see me get the fuck back up and not let it knock me down emotionally, physically, spiritually, none of it. Right. And then for y'all that know that story, like I think it happened on a early Friday morning, 1:30 in the morning. And I think I was home by Tuesday. With all them holes and broken bones, and you know what I mean? And it just was important to me to show my boys, like, yeah, look, we good, right? Because
and I was the same way.
you're not defined by the tragedy or the incident that happens, right? That's not what defines you, right? So, something shows up, I get shot or whatever. Like I'm not going to be defined by that. What I'm going to be defined by is how I handle it and how I react to it. That's what's actually going to define me. You know what I mean? So for anyone listening, you know what I mean? No matter what you're going through, that doesn't have to define you. And remember, this is your story. Your life is your story. And you actually have a pen that you can write these new chapters. You can close this one and start a new one right now. Yeah. You got that power, right? And the most important thing, and I'll pass it back to you, Bob. The most important thing is just keep motion. Just keep motion. Every day doesn't have to be, I grew 100% today. I was in the 1% growth club for 3-4 years. And our mindset there is at least 1% every day. That's all you need, right? And if you get that, celebrate that.
What's up, Nelly? Boy, I ain't seen old Nelson in a long time.
What up, Nelly Nell?
But you wouldn't seen him because I see you went and got your little secretary haircut this week.
I did that myself, pimp.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I decided, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. So Juliana said the Old Headz Break You Off is one of my favorite songs to get my mind right. Absolutely. And I love hearing that because, that's why we do it. That's what those songs are for. They're actually like, you should prescribe them to people, right? Those things should be prescribed to you. That's what the music is. Sandra says she's her own competition. I believe that too. I'm my only competition. Me, right? So shout out, salute Nelly.
You didn't say nothing about our homeboy landing in the Razor.
Okay, so we got it this week, y'all. I brought it. So let's take a chance to do that, right? So remember, we was talking about Go Nuts being our first sponsor. This is the Go Nuts device. It's a round shaving device invented by, the homie Landon, Kansas native. Salute. I think he's the third Black Kansas patent holder in history and the only one in modern times. This is massive. This came from his mind. He he drew it on a piece of notebook paper, and we figured it out from there. So we'll have a link, where you want to support the show, for women. They love this for legs because you can use waterproof. You can use it in the shower.
And they got a pink one for the ladies.
Yeah, and we got some coming. We're actually going to give a black one away, and we're going to give a pink one away. Here coming soon. We got some.
They're about
coming.
$100, ain't they?
Yeah, they are. Right now, with the holidays, we got some specials going on, but we'll have a link for you. Some of those proceeds will come to the show, help us support, grow. But thegonuts.com, TheGonutz.com. I'll post the link actually. But yeah, that's our first official sponsors of the Ol Headz, So check him out. Yeah.
Hold on, what is it? The Go Nuts or just Go Nuts?
The Go Nuts, TheGonutz. But we have a link for us that if they buy from there off our link, then that goes
so we need the link. Do you know the link?
I'm gonna have to find it, but I'll give it.
Well, right now we just gonna give it to.
Just go ahead and put the whole website in there.
That didn't show up as no website though.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Somebody click on that and see if it works. Here, I can.
Let me see.
So anyway,
it did. They shit's dope.
Yeah. So you'll be hearing us talk about Go Nuts all day, every day. That's my brother from another mother since like 7th grade. I met the dude. He was wearing Dwayne Wayne glasses and a troop jacket.
Not a troop jacket.
You know about them
clean back in the day.
You know about the troop jackets. You know how clean that
I was getting ready to tell you.
Like I said, okay.
Yeah, you try to be funny, nigga.
No, I wasn't. No, nigga. If you know, a troop jacket is a status symbol, fam. But the Dwayne Wayne glasses, I do clown about that, but no, that's my brother, man, and he's a big supporter of the show.
Be honest, by a hand count. Tell me one nigga that didn't have a pair of Dwayne Wayne glasses.
I didn't have them.
Use a line of motherfuckers.
I didn't have. I
don't believe it.
I might have had.
I know you had.
I might have had them.
Nigga,
I probably got some from Landon.
I will call D up and he will tell me what you was like. Tone had the Gumby and the Dwayne.
I did have the Gumby.
He had the Gumby.
I did have the Gumby. My shit was like this.
Quit that. Nigga, everybody had Dwayne Wayne glasses, nigga, because it made us all feel smart.
Yeah. No, I mean, back then, the culture, man, it just felt good to be a part of the culture, bro.
Yeah.
I saw him from across the lunchroom, and I know that's one of my people because of the glasses he got on and the jacket he got on. I'm going to get along with this nigga well. You know what I'm saying? So, So, ain't no clowning, man. That's my brother, man. So, shout out Go Nuts. We were on Shark Tank. We got a deal. If you're looking at any of the magazines, Essence, we've been in Essence this month, Black Enterprise or Black Entrepreneur, I think both maybe. Anyway, and more to come. So yeah, stay tuned. Watch out for us, man. Much love to Go Nuts family. Marjorie, if you're watching. Hey. Trina, if you're watching. Land Diggy. Much love. So yeah, man. I guess we kind of done did it, Bob. I mean, I don't know if you want to, if you got more to say or more you want to address on this particular topic, shit.
No, I think we touched it. I don't see nothing that I
feel like we gave them that 10 minutes back.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So I feel like we might need to go splice that and bring them together if it's possible.
Yeah, no, you just gonna have to take that.
Take that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
We're not gonna do it. 50. You crazy, fam. You hilarious and you petty as hell. You're like the king.
Have not watched it.
I tried and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through it. I don't think
so. Tell me, did you even engage in the trial? Because we never talked about it. I didn't either.
No.
I wasn't interested in it.
Me neither. It's just how I feel about anything. I don't need to hear about nobody and what they doing in their bedroom.
Okay, that's what I didn't like about it, because it was like I didn't know where the crime was at. It was like, and I don't want to know, because that shit's freaky, and I
it's a freaky crime. Yeah, you get the crime for being too damn freaky, man. Sit your freaky ass down.
Hold on.
Well, now, this is what I will say on a serious note, because y'all know me. You know, I've been in the music for a long time. I've I spent some time in New York. I spent some time in Atlanta. I've been close to the industry at times. I like to consider myself like an all-star minor league player that went to the league a couple times, got in like for a game and shit, struck out and shit. But every time I've really gotten close to the industry, you know, there's almost like they use that shit to control people, bro, and to get you to have leverage for you to sign these contracts and to like that's what I don't like about it. Like, you know, someone like Diddy, it seems like to me, and I don't know enough to be making no judgments, you know what I mean? But like, it seems like to me, fam was taking advantage of a lot of young black people. And being taken advantage of in this music industry myself, I ain't with that, man, because you play. There's one thing to like if I go get a job at Walmart and I don't have no ambitions to be at Walmart, and like you take advantage of me and you know, that's one thing. But when you playing with people's dreams, when it's my lifelong dream to be a singer, I've done all of this, and you know that, and you play on like my hunger or my desire for that, and you use that to take advantage of me, I'm never gonna be all right with that. And especially if your freaky ass gonna try to put something in me at the same time, and you use that. But we've talked about it. There's a couple people in this industry, I ain't naming no names, but I got close enough to be like, nah, I'm cool, fam. I've turned down 3 deals in my life, and some of that has something to do with it. I'm not necessarily that type of person that loves the party and loves to be out front, and I need this for my ego. Like I'm cool, bro. I don't want to go to the club. Y'all never see me, right? Like you don't see me at rich shows or tech shows or anybody's shows, right? That ain't for me. The part I'm here to twiddle these keys and tickle the keys and make some magic and go home and be with my people. I ain't got time for all of that. So the Diddy shit really don't move me. I don't want to know. It does seem that it's seeming more and more like bro has something to do with Pac and Big, but that's so sad.
You know what? And I've always thought that, just because there ain't no coincidences.
Nah.
And to me, there ain't no coincidences. It could very well be a coincidence, but how is it a coincidence that you was doing business with the same people that ended up killing him? So that right there alone, like you in New York, you go all the way out to motherfucking LA or Vegas, and just so happen to find the motherfuckers that unalive Pac. So it's like, is that, to me, that's where the evidence is at.
Yeah.
But from outsider looking in, I'm just like, I hope it really ain't true. I really do.
Yeah. Reese just put in the comments, which I kind of had. I mean, not that I forgot Reese, because we was just talking about it the other day, but early with Mobtown, we got straight up robbed and taken advantage of, and it was hard, man. You again, it's one thing to like play with somebody's money, but when you're playing with somebody's money and their dream, like it adds a different layer to it. You know what I'm saying? And and it's why I've always when it comes to business, any of my production companies or any of me and you, like with any of this, I'm always like, let's split it even. I don't want to get into that shit. I don't want to be known for that shit.
Pimping is a low life motherfucking hustle. No matter who you pimping.
Yeah.
So you always want to give the next man his. because you don't want that motherfucker bitter at you about nothing.
Yeah.
So here, you take yours, I'm gonna take mine. You go your ways, I'm gonna go mine. And that man ain't gonna never have no problem with you because he don't gonna feel like you stole nothing from him.
First time I met Rich the Factor, we like he was in a hotel, right? So I pulled up on him, and we sat, we blew. I had a beat CD, so we sat and listened to beats, and we blew, and we talked. And one of the things he said to me was, like, I ain't here to take advantage of you. I want a Lamborghini. I want Ferraris, and I don't want any other man to be able to say that ain't your Ferrari. You got that off my back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, I want to earn mine. I want you to earn yours. You know what I mean? And I get that. I dig that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that either for anybody to be able to say, nah, Tone did this or did that. Like, when it comes to this music, like, nah, Tone always been straight up. So, and it's sad for Diddy to go out this way. And, I don't know if there's really any coming back, fam, but
shit, he was never into me, no way. So I
either.
didn't ever care for him. As a matter of fact, I despised him because I never saw his talent.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Biggie's Bad Boy record label.
Yeah.
So to me, a man that didn't do like Biggie put in the work and got that label rolling, and I ain't gonna say Diddy ain't do nothing because I don't know what he did, but I do know that the music he pushed had no appeal. And I had that raggedy motherfucker. And it was just like so pop and so like watered down hip hop. You can't go from one of them Life After Death, your boy Biggie, and then turn around and then you got Puff, and he ain't the star. The star is really Mace.
Yeah.
It's really Black Rob. It's really Total. It's really Mary J. It's nigga, you ain't did shit. You ain't even made no beats. Yeah, what did you do? So I'm tired of Diddy getting everybody money. And I fuck with Mace, boy. Mace was telling that nigga, he said, boy, he got online. He a preacher.
Well, he was.
He ain't no preacher no more.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was weird because he got real gangster with Diddy. Nickel. He was nickel, seats, nickel. I said, God damn, he ain't preaching.
I've had my issues in this industry, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, even going back to that situation with Reese, like, I learned that there's ways for you to prevent that. And there was ways for Biggie to prevent that.
Hold on, you said, let's talk about, because Reese been in the thing, right? And Reese told me when we started making music years ago, he used to talk about Diddy. I don't know if you remember this, but he used to talk about him being this gangster motherfucker, right? And I didn't see it. I really didn't see it. Like, I was like, that nigga's ho is what I thought he was. But Reese used to say, man, Diddy is a beast in New York. And so saying that, it seemed like he was right. Like, he called that shit.
I just saw a social media post the other day that actually it had facts, supporting facts, and it was like, this dude might be actually the biggest gangster of all time in hip hop. Like, they
okay.
I gotta agree with that.
But what Reese was saying. Yeah. That's what he was saying back. Like, I'm talking about, I don't know what year that was.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about back in the Mob Town days. That nigga said, nigga, Diddy was that dude. And I was like, really?
Yeah. And
because, we learned all our first stuff about hip hop really kind of through Reese, for real, if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, being a fan, like the business part of it for sure. Reese, shout out to Reese.
But he was giving
he put a book in my hand,
him
bro.
coming from Chicago, being from a bigger city.
Yeah,
it seemed a little more hip hop and connected to the street than what we had around here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you know, it's again, that's a tough one. But I don't know. There's so many things we could talk about because I don't know if you see what happened in Stockton, California, but golly, man, like at some point, you know, we got to start speaking out against this shit, man. Like you know, Diddy, you doing a lot, bro. Sit your ass down somewhere. Stop taking advantage of people. Stop, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude shot up a children's birthday party. Like, we was talking about accountability last night. Like, you know, like, come on, fam. But the old heads are here to do something about it. We're at least starting the conversation. We'll be back next week. Next week, our subject, which I think you're gonna like this one, Bob. Next week, our subject is manhood and maturity. The episode where we stepped into the deeper conversation about what it really means to grow into a man, not just age into one.
Yeah.
So we appreciate y'all, man. I don't know if there's any comments or anything you want to close with.
Nah, because once we got on Diddy, they
like, we out of here.
Yeah, we need to get up out. You know what? Honestly, I was really proud of us for not being that podcast.
Yeah.
So what we won't be doing is addressing Diddy or who's the motherfuckers, just all the gossip people.
Yeah, nah,
you know,
because this ain't about that.
You know, because that's what all the other podcasts do, and I personally think that's tacky.
Yeah,
you know, I really do. But anyway,
yeah. Well, man, another successful show, bro. That's 3 down. Congratulations to you. We're gonna celebrate each one of these bitches. We did it.
Yeah.
So much respect. We'll see y'all next week. One thing that y'all can do to help us, go follow the Ol Headz, share the live when we
and also we ain't gonna be inviting everybody the way we be doing, because really is we don't want to be annoying people.
Yeah,
you know, y'all know what we doing. You tune in, cool. We hope y'all do. But being the person that's always trying to get people to, you know, mess with their stuff, like, nah, y'all know where we at. Y'all either fool what you do or you don't.
So we apologize for sending repeated invites, but we're learning. And right now we're trying to get everybody.
Said she loved it. It was good. Well, that's good. That means apparently our conversation is resonating.
All right. We're only doing that just to get everybody into one place. Eventually we won't be going live on my page. It'll be the Ol Headz page. So we're trying to get everybody over there. We committed to 10 episodes just like this, same way we've been showing up, right? This is our third. And we hope by the time we've done those 10, we got everybody in one place. We don't have to send out invites every week and things like that. But you guys can help us by sharing when you do get that invite.
Okay, so they said we need to invite. They said,
so you do want the invite.
So Janelle said it's called marketing. Keep sending the invites. And then Yasandra said, nah, B, she busy. She need reminders.
Bet. So for these next 7 episodes, we will do it. So next week, all right, it's up then. So next week, me and Bob gonna both send out 500.
So Maurice said the same thing. So yeah, apparently we was wrong.
All right.
Thank y'all. See, we needed
accountability, right? Like there you go. Like thank you. All right. So now y'all asses is getting invites. So when you're like, damn, they don't stop. Yeah, just know it's your fault. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, thank you again. We appreciate you showing up. you know, the comments, even though we can't get to them, we're gonna have a producer eventually. It's gonna be a dude back there that's like, yo, so-and-so said such and such, right? So as we grow, we'll get better. But thanks for rocking with us. One love. We out of here.
Already.
Peace.
Love.
Lions up there.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well,